joining me in today's member orientation webinar. My name is Elisette Sapien, and I will be hosting today's member orientation webinar. I will be introducing myself shortly, so I just want to thank everybody for joining me. Part of my goal with this webinar is to be as interactive as possible, so please feel free to note a question or a comment in the comment box, and I will do my best to read the question and provide you with a thorough answer. Usually my colleague Lily and I host these webinars together, but this time I'm going to be here by myself, so I might or might not get to your question, but I will do my best to pause here and there and see if there are any questions. So please do please do feel free to type your questions. If not, please call me or email me after the webinar is over. I will be providing my contact information in a few minutes, so you can go ahead and send me a direct email or call me with your question. So also I'm also going to be providing you with the slides, so please feel free to be as interactive as possible. You don't need to write down everything on the slides. I will be emailing them to you after the webinar is over, so you will have a copy of the slides just in case you were asking or wondering. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So as I mentioned, I want you to be engaged and interactive as possible throughout the webinar. One of the things that we have available is this beautiful PIHRA Padfolio. I'm going to be sharing a lot of information with you about PIHRA, about your membership as a PIHRA member, and so much more. So it's going to be a lot of information, but I do want you to be interactive and ask questions. So at the end of it all, I'm going to be asking a trivia question, and the winner is going to be the first person that responds correctly via the chat box is going to win this PIHRA Padfolio. So good luck. I'm going to be sharing a lot of information, so please be on the lookout. So I'm going to go ahead and start with a few introductions. My name is Elisette Sapien, and I am the membership coordinator here at PIHRA. I am on the far right of the slide. I'm the membership coordinator, and I've been here with PIHRA for more than a year now, and it's been great. I love working here. The staff here is great. We're very committed to our members, so if you ever have a question, if you ever need help resetting your password, if you ever need help logging in, anything like that, please reach out to me or Lily. I'll introduce her in a few. And we're always accessible, so my direct line is 424-329-0210, but I'm actually the first person that you might have spoke with if you haven't already dialed the main number. I'm usually the first person that answers that phone, so please do feel free to give us a call if you have any questions, if you ever have trouble. We're always here to help. Lily Arguello is in the middle. She is the membership manager, and Lily and I work together closely, so it's been great working with Lily. She has an extensive background in organizational development, and she was actually a PIHRA member before she became part of the staff, so it's very interesting how that came about. So Lily and I work together. We're always more accessible via email, so please reach out to us. We'd love to meet you. So our direct emails are there in case you ever have any questions. Dylan Robertson is on the far left. He is the VP of Membership Development. He is actually a volunteer leader. He doesn't work in the home office. He's a volunteer leader, and I will be getting into more detail about that later on in the webinar. But he's very dynamic, he's very accessible, and he's super excited to be a volunteer leader. So please feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to meet you. And let's get started on what PIHRA's mission is. So our mission here is to develop and provide communities, professional development, and resources to advance human resources professionals. That's our main goal. What I'm going to be covering in this webinar is what do our communities look like? Why is that useful for our members? What can you gain out of these communities? For example, professional development, our conferences, our legal update coming up soon. So that's basically our entire mission. And this is where I like to talk about how PIHRA was founded. We were actually established by volunteer leaders. PIHRA's original name was the Personnel and Industrial Relations Association, so PIHRA, P-I-R-A. The group of volunteers came together in 1944 in downtown Los Angeles, and they came together to come up with ways and talk about what skills do HR professionals really need, what certifications can they get, what academic programs are there to support the HR professional or the academic profession. So that's really how PIHRA was founded, by these group of volunteers in downtown LA. We were actually founded before SHRM, so that's very interesting. Now we're an affiliate of SHRM, so it's interesting how things worked out. But yeah, we were founded since 1944. Some of the key players in PIHRA are Patty Ann Sprinkle and Rafael Rivera. Patty Ann Sprinkle is the 2017-2018 Board of Directors. President of Board of Directors. She has over 30 years of experience in the HR profession, and she also recently retired, so she has so much time now to invest in the HR profession, So she's a very long time member, and she's dedicated now to give back to her community. So Patty Ann Sprinkle is the president of the 2017 and 2018 president of PIHRA. Her and Rafael Rivera work closely together. He is the executive director of PIHRA. He is part of the home staff, and he has extensive experience in developing associations and creating top-notch conference programming. So we really like to credit Rafael for the growth in our membership and the excellence in the conference programming that we have every year. So it's been great. As I mentioned before, Patty Ann Sprinkle, she's a volunteer leader, and we are an organization that we are volunteer-led. We cannot do what we do without our volunteer leaders. So I'm going to go into more detail about this, but if you're interested in gaining exposure and honing your leadership skills, I really recommend that you volunteer at one of our 17 communities or special groups that we have. If you ever want to gain exposure or develop as a leader, this is a great opportunity for you to take advantage of. So who are our members? I'm not sure, but you wouldn't be surprised to say that our members are largely female. We are about 83.2% largely female. This overview was done around the beginning of this year. So our members are more female dominated. And with that being said, our members are usually managers and generalists. About 39.3% are in that category. 22.1% are directors and above. And our members work in manufacturing, consulting, and healthcare. Those are the three top industries that our members are coming from. About 31% of them work in this type of industry. And about 58% of them are from companies who are about 500 or less, above 500 employees. And we also have members that are in a nonprofit organization. So you can say that we're all over the place. We have a variety of members with different backgrounds, which I think is great. Everybody can take away something from those type of members. So this is basically the overview of our membership. And as a PIHRA member, we like to break down these member benefits in this table here. So I'm going to go briefly over every single one of them. I'm going to see if there are any questions before. Let me see. Great. I don't see any questions, but please don't be shy. I will try my best to answer them. So our membership, you have access to a lot of member resources. Excuse me. You have over 3,000 worth of services for about $150 a year or less. So that's something to take advantage of. You have access, as a member, you have access to the face-to-face networking, which you get through the 17 chapters at our locations. This is where you can build relationships and long-lasting friendships. I've heard around members that they have found their best friend through PIHRA, which is something that's priceless to me. I wouldn't compare that to anything else. We also have the Ask an HR Advisor, which offers a team of HR experts standing by to answer your questions and provide you with guidance. So through the basic membership, we also have the premium upgrade, which I will get into next. But with the basic membership, you have 12 calls that you can ask the HR Advisor hotline. And you also have access to the award-winning HR Compliance Center, which includes job description builders, employee handbook builders, and hundreds of forms, memos, and checklists that you can use in your organization. And you also have access to, before I move on to the next member benefit, you should have received a welcome email from Think HR. These benefits are through our partner Think HR. So we usually advise new or reactivated members to allow 4 to 3 weeks for full access to certain member services. So if you haven't already received a welcome email from Think HR, please feel free to reach out to us. I will go ahead and send you the email in case you haven't received it yet. So that's through Think HR. You also have member rates to our events and monthly meetings and seminars, including the annual conference. You also have access to one of our newest benefits, which is Career Arc, Your Next Step, which is an online tool that will assist you in your job discovery and career transitions. This tool is actually aimed to help you in your job discovery. It has online workshops. It has this app where you can video record your answers. For example, I'm not sure how it works, but you can record yourself answering interview questions. So that's pretty interesting. Something that you can learn from and just gain exposure and help yourself in interviewing skills. You also have resume workshops through Career Arc. So this is only for members only. So please visit PIHRA.org/careerarc to get your license and get access so you can go ahead and log into that. And you also have discounts to partners like Cal Chamber and the UCLA extension. So all our discounts are in the URL, PIHRA.org/discounts. I see a question. I'm going to go ahead and pause for a few minutes. What was the original name of PIHRA? I'm sorry if I'm seeing this until now. The original name of PIHRA was the Industrial, I don't want to get it wrong. Okay, here it is. The Personnel and Industrial Relations Association. So it was PIHRA, P-I-R-A. Thank you for your question. Actually, I want us to be interactive as possible, so I'm going to go ahead and move on. As I mentioned earlier, we have the premium upgrade member benefit, which Lily and I usually like to say that it's our membership in steroids. So this membership is actually something super valuable at, I think, at a lower cost than it actually is. The difference between this membership and our basic membership is the Unlimited Enterprise Training System, which has over 200 courses that you can go ahead and distribute with your employees. You can even give them certificates after they complete their course. So this is something major that a lot of our members have purchased because of the LMS and the Learn system. And you also have access to the 50-state handbook builder. With a basic membership, you only have the California handbook builder. So this is something something very useful that you can use, because I know California has very specific laws and it's very complicated at times, but with this one you have the 50-state handbook builder with access to policies that require for your size of company. And you also have unlimited access to the senior certified HR experts. So you have unlimited calls with the premium upgrade versus the 12 calls that you get with the basic membership. So if you have any questions about the PIHRA membership or the premium membership, please feel free to reach out to me or to Lily Arguello, and we'll be happy to answer any calls. The premium upgrade actually syncs in with your expiration date. So if you expire, let's say, in March of 2018, we can sync up your membership with the premium upgrade, which is $87.50 a year. I'm sorry, a month. So that's how we would add it on to your membership. So you would just pay the difference. That's how we sync them together. So if you have any questions, please reach out to us. We'll do our best to answer any questions. So moving along, the networking at PIHRA is something that we pride ourselves in. We have a lot, actually. We have a variety of meetings and events today, actually. We have the South Bay Employment Law Preview. Today, we have the Riverside Economics in the Workplace, what you need to know to prevent injuries. We have the Santa Clarita 2018 Economic Outlook for California. And we also have the West LA New Year, New You Happy Hour, which my colleague Lily Arguello and Stacy Gordon, they're going to be at the West LA New Year, New You Happy Hour event. So I know they're all over the place. If you're, whichever one is closest to you, I would recommend you attend. We're almost ending the year, so our chapters are trying to get through their last events of the year. So we really want to have attendees, and so that everybody can finish the year off strong. We also have some coming up next week in the Inland Valley and in Burbank, Glendale. Inland Valley is neuroscience, feedback, and performance reviews. And November 14 on Burbank, Glendale will be We're Just Not Into You. So if you have any questions about how to get registered, please visit our calendar. We're always updating our calendar with our newest events, so please visit PIHRA.org/calendar so you can go ahead and get registered for that. We actually have about more than 4,100 members now, representing over 2,500 companies. So that's super, super excited. I'm very happy about that. The network while attending the seminars, the meetings, and the conferences is priceless. We have the PIHRA annual legal update coming up in January 2018 and February 2018, which I really, really recommend that you come and join us. I will be getting into more detail about that, and we also have the HR conference in August 2018. So next year, is going to be in Long Beach again. So I hope that if you didn't make it this year, you will be trying to make it this year. Make it to it next year. I'm going to check if we have any questions just so that I make sure that I'm getting to everybody. Are there any chapters? Yolanda is asking, are there any chapters in the Northern California area? Unfortunately, no, we don't have any other chapters up north. I will be showing you a geographic map next, so I'm going to see if I can answer your question. We go up far north as Ventura County, Santa Clarita, and Antelope Valley. That's how far we have our northern chapters. We don't have them we don't have any others further up. For example, Bakersfield, San Francisco. But we are looking to extend and grow. So I would say we will be expanding soon. So at the moment, we only have Ventura County, Santa Clarita, and Antelope Valley as the farthest up. We go far west as West LA and Hawthorne. So we're down in the beach too. And we also go far south as South Orange County and Southwest Riverside. And we also go far east as Coachella Valley. So we are majorly in the Southern California, in the greater Los Angeles. That's where our primary 17 chapters are. And as I mentioned before, our 17 chapters is one of the ways that you can get volunteer leader experience. So every chapter has their own board. So that's one of the ways that you can go ahead and hone your leadership skills by becoming a volunteer at one of our 17 chapters. If you're interested in volunteering, if you want more information, please visit PIHRA.org/volunteer. That website is going to break it down to you on how every chapter is and how you can get started. Or you can also volunteer at our 3 specialty groups, which I will cover next. So that's one of the ways that you can volunteer at one of our 17 chapters. So I would really recommend that you attend a meeting and meet one of the chairs, one of the members of the board, and just say, hey, I'm interested in volunteering. How can I get started? And that's how you can start. I'm going to check if we have any questions. Robin is asking, do you have the date of the conference yet? Yes, actually. Let me get that to you. I'm sorry, I don't have it in front of me, but just give me a few seconds here. The conference for next year will be on August 27, 28, and 29. So the last week of August. So again, August 27, 28, and 29 of 2018. That's when our conference will be next year. And going back to our specialty groups, one of our specialty groups besides our 17 chapters is the PIHRA Foundation. The PIHRA Foundation supports workforce readiness in the Southern California, including support for education through programs such as You and Your First Job and Human Resources Scholarships. So this is what PIHRA Foundation is really about. They usually have two stipends to the California HR conference. So I would look out for that sometime around next year in the summer. They usually open that. The scholarship program attracts top-notch students from local universities who have commitment to enter the human resources field. So if you know anybody looking into the HR field, if you have any if you know of any students that are interested in this, I would suggest you let them know about the PIHRA Foundation and how to get your submissions in. So recipients are selected at a competitive basis by a committee of seasoned PIHRA members who themselves are part of a university. So PIHRA Foundation is a really great group. They love to give back. They provide community service through programs, and they have also established and published their booklet called You and Your First Job as well. So PIHRA Foundation has a lot of more information on their website, PIHRA.org/foundation. So please feel free to look into that. That's also one of our specialty groups. Another one is the Club PIHRA. Oops, it's not changing. Okay, here it is, Club PIHRA. So we like to say that Club PIHRA is the fun part of PIHRA. Club PIHRA is all about bringing together companies and vendors to create opportunities for discount programs and special events for their employees. So the latest event that they had was at Six Flags. They had a seminar from like around 9, I'm not sure, from 9 to 12, I believe, p.m. And after they were done, they had the opportunity to enjoy the park, which was even better because it was on Friday the 13th, and they had a special event there. So that's what Club PIHRA is about. They have organized also events at Staples Center, at other big venues. So I would really suggest whenever they have an event to go and support them. They usually meet quarterly, and you also receive HRCI and SHRM professional development credit. So that's some of the benefits of attending one of these events. So you can have fun and also receive recertification credits. And lastly, the last specialty group that we have here at PIHRA is the PIHRA YPs. The YPs are a program that exists to engage, equip, and encourage young professionals who are actively working or are interested in the HR field. This group was actually established by Lily Arguello, the membership manager here at PIHRA. So now they've taken off on their own. They have a whole new board, and the latest event that they had was that conference. It was like a speed dating, speed mentoring kind of thing. So the attendees that attended this got a lot from it. So they were able to walk through every table with their resumes, get a lot of feedback. So that was very, very fun. I didn't attend it, but I heard so many great things about it. If you want more information about YPs, please visit PIHRA.org/YP mail, or follow them on Twitter at PIHRA YP. They're very actively and always looking to help out. So something very new that we still have and our members are still trying to get used to is our social link, where once you log into our PIHRA website, it takes you straight to social link. So we're still learning about it, and we want to share some things about that with you so that you can get more familiar when you log into our site if you haven't already. We have the PIHRA forum, which members often use to ask questions. We also have our LinkedIn group. So please feel free to go to LinkedIn, search PIHRA, search Professionals in Human Resources Association, and it should say the official group. Please go ahead and join, and we'll go ahead and accept you. We also have our Facebook, which you can also go and connect with us. So please feel free to connect with us in these social media sites. If you want more information on that, you can also find our direct link at PIHRA.org/connect. So after you log in on our website, it'll take you straight to social link, which we like to say is like a Facebook for PIHRA. It'll have your welcome and your name at the very top right side, which is also circled in red. We also have my feed, which you can also see what your connections or members are posting, and you also have your profile, which is circled in red, which you can go ahead and click and update your email, update your address. That's where you can go ahead and make those changes. So if you ever need help navigating through the site, please feel free to give me a call. I would love to walk you through it. This is how you also print your receipts and your membership ID card. So it's pretty easy. We just need to go through a few clicks and get there. I'm going to double check to see if there are any questions before I move along. I don't see any questions, so don't be shy. If you have any questions that I haven't covered yet, please feel free to type them in the chat box. So learning at PIHRA. You have discounted member rates on continuing education programs. For example, as a member, you save about $15 a month on the monthly meetings. So members always get a discounted rate to all the meetings and seminars that we have. We also have the annual legal update coming up, which I'll mention in just a few minutes. So please feel free to get connected. Please come and join us. Sometimes I know you might be too busy in the office. You don't have time to go out there and attend some meetings, but I think this is something very useful for you. It's gonna give you exposure, and you also receive HR certification credits through that. So I would definitely take a look at this and take advantage of it. We also have SHRM certification courses that you can take to receive your SHRM CP and SHRM SCP certification. Our fall courses have already begun, but if one of the goals that you have before you end 2017 or before you start 2018 is to earn your SHRM CP and SHRM SCP credits, there's still some time actually. The late deadline is actually tomorrow. So there's a 3-day course starting in December 1st, which will go all day in Irvine. So I would suggest you take a look at this. And if you want more information on this, please visit PIHRA.org/HR certification. If you have any questions about how to get certified, please feel free to ask me in the chat box or send me a direct email. I can go ahead and direct you to Stacy Gordon, and she can break it down to you and give you more information on how you can get started. And if you missed the conference this year, we actually have it on demand now. If you attended the conference and paid for all 3 days, you actually have access to it for free. So you should have received an email maybe sometime in September, October, on how to get access to that. If you haven't received it yet, please reach out to me. I will go ahead and resend that to you. If you didn't purchase it, it's also sold separately. So PIHRA members get it for $149, and non-members can receive it for $199. So I would definitely take a look at this. I've heard some members purchase the product and distribute it to their employees and have them assign it to them, and then have them how I can say it, train them and test them on some of the material that they've provided them with. So that's how some folks use this. So I would really suggest taking a look at this. You actually receive 12 credits to view the on-demand product. So it's something very useful and a great learning material to have. And the upcoming legal update is coming up in January and February of next year. So this is something that we're prepping for actually now. We're very, very excited about this legal update coming up. We have them in 3 different locations. On January 9, we'll be having it in the Riverside Convention Center. On January 17, we'll be in LA in the JW Marriott, which is new actually. It's one of the upscale hotels. Upscale venue. So it's going to be very, very, very nice. So I would recommend you attend at least one of these. And on February the 1st, it's going to be in the Orange County area close to Disneyland. So I would take a look at this. Please do your best to come out and support. The legal update will be a 1-day seminar, and it'll cover everything you need to know about 2018 and all the policies and laws that will be changing. I'm going to see if there are any questions before I move along. I don't see any questions. So I'm going to move along, and I'm going to cover, before we are done, the online learning that we have. Something new and exciting for PIHRA members is our HR community. So we do, as I mentioned, we record the online learning sessions from the California HR conference and the legal update and the latest HR Talent and Tech that just happened last week. And we also have webinars that you can attend to receive HR certification credits. And if you're not a member, you can definitely become an online learning guest. And you can view some of our LMS products through that, which I would recommend. I also didn't mention that we have a subscriber type. So if you become a subscriber, you can get all our latest emails and be updated with all our latest programs and events that we have. Some of the tools and discounts at PIHRA are, as I mentioned before, through Think HR, which you would get access to the PIHRA Workplace. This is through Think HR. So again, if you haven't received your email on how to get access to this, please reach out to me and I will resend that to you. We have the PIHRA Comply, the PIHRA Live, and the PIHRA Learn. And if you ever have any trouble, let's say it's after hours and I'm not here, nobody's here in the office, you can go to PIHRA.org/workplace webinar, and we have a webinar that'll walk you through how to get access to every single member type here. Every single resources that we have here. We also have, this is how you would log into the Think HR. So if you haven't received your email, you can go straightly to the PIHRA.org/workplace and log in through our site. And your username is actually the email that we have for you on our system. And your password is a link that you should have received. So you can go ahead and reset it. So it's a different login. I know it's a little bit confusing, but it's a different login than your PIHRA profile. So please, again, reach out to us if you haven't received it. The PIHRA Live, again, as I mentioned before, is comprised of senior HR certified advisors. So you have 12 calls with this basic membership, and they also follow up with you. Let's say if you give them a call, ask them about something related to your organization, for example, they follow up with you with some documents. They help you out on the phone and plus follow up with some documents. So I've heard great things about PIHRA Live. So please, if you have any questions, sometimes you can't discuss some things at your workplace because of confidentiality reasons. The PIHRA Live is a great resource for you to go to. And the PIHRA Comply is based off HR news headlines. We have job description builders. We have webinar libraries. And you also have access to PIHRA Learn, which I mentioned is comprised of interactive courses that you can take. You have tracks for your employees. You can test them and then give them certificates. And it's also integrated with the PIHRA Workplace. So please feel free to take a look at this. This is some of our greatest benefits. If you ever need help walking walking through everything. I know it's a little bit complicated to get used to at first, but it's fairly easy. Just give us a call, and we can definitely walk you through everything I mentioned earlier. And we also do have, I'm sorry, I think I skipped a slide. I'm sorry. We have a career center. Our career center is and features only HR jobs in California and allows you to filter through the searches, so you can look through the jobs and you can post a job. There is a fee, but as a PIHRA member, you have a discount to do that. So if you're looking into posting a job, please feel free to visit PIHRA.org/jobs or contact me or Lily, and we will connect you with the career center, the career representative, and she can walk you through and give you more specific information on the cost. You also have free customized employee training. So if your company qualifies, you can definitely take advantage of this. So this includes customer service, computer skills, so they can go to your company and train your employees through this. So if you want to find out if your company qualifies, contact Troy Berry with Custom Corporate Communications at tberry@c3train.com or call him at 310-487-1586. So this is great. I would definitely see if you're curious to see if your company qualifies, go ahead and contact Gary. It wouldn't hurt to do that. And lastly, some of our discounts, again, that I mentioned before are through Pay Scout and Cal Chamber. So please feel free to take a look and take advantage of your discounts. I'm going to go ahead and check if there are any questions before I finish. Let's see. Robin is asking, I'm sorry. She thought she was typing on her notes, but she was typing on the chat box. It's okay. Moving on. Let me see. We're almost done. So thank you again for sticking with me through the 45 minutes. Again, if it's after hours and you can't reach us, if you need help with anything, we have a member resource and how-to guides with recent FAQs. So there's some questions there on how to sign in, how to change your username, how to update your password, how to print your PIHRA receipt. This is where you can go to. And if it still doesn't answer your questions, please give us a call, and that's where we can go ahead and walk you through it. And if you are a SHRM member, please designate PIHRA as your local SHRM chapter, and they redirect a portion of your annual SHRM dues back to PIHRA. So please designate PIHRA as your SHRM chapter at PIHRA.org/SHRM chapter. And lastly, the new periodic check-ins with new members are the HR Weekly. That's what we send out in a weekly basis. And we also do the ongoing monthly program invitations through our email list. So if you're not receiving your emails, let's say your preferred chapter is South Bay, PIHRA South Bay, and you also want to get information on West LA, you can subscribe to their distribution list at PIHRA.org/stayinformed. So whichever distribution list you want to receive emails to, this is where you can go to subscribe. And if you ever have any questions, this is our PIHRA home office staff. So please feel free to reach out to us. Our titles and our names and our emails are there, so you can go ahead and always reference this slide if you ever need anybody to talk to about anything related to speaking, membership, sponsorships. This is where you can go to if you have any questions. So before I finish, I'm going to double check if there are any questions. I don't see any questions. So I hope that I covered and that you learned some things about PIHRA, because I know it's a lot of information to go through in just 45 minutes. But I'm really happy that you guys sticked around. Thank you so much. And before I leave, I'm gonna ask the trivia question, so you can win the PIHRA Padfolio. Okay, so the first person to answer this question correctly via the chat box will win the PIHRA Padfolio I mentioned earlier before the webinar began. So the question is, when was PIHRA founded? Betsy. Oh no, Mark. Mark is the winner of the PIHRA Padfolio. Mark answered, actually, yes, Mark answered first. So Mark is the winner of the PIHRA Padfolio. Thank you all so much for joining me in today's member orientation webinar. I will be sending you all a copy of the slides in just a few minutes after. So please feel free to reach out to us if I didn't answer a question, if I didn't cover something clearly, if you didn't understand anything. If you didn't understand something, please feel free to reach out to me and I will go through it thoroughly with you. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day and enjoy your day and your weekend. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.